Many Face Publishing, man. How's everybody, man? You know, there's a lot going on out here in this world, man. Yesterday we had the mass shooting at the KC game. I mean, not game, parade. I'm sorry. We had another mass shooting in a train in the Bronx. Where 6 people were shot. 1 passed away. Rest in peace. Rest in peace to the one who passed away, DJ Lisa Lopez, and my condolences to her family. There's been a lot of shootings I've noticed in the Bronx, and just New York, period, man. Like, talking about, like, mass people have been shot this year so far. Where it's been like 2 or 3 people shot, killed. You know, it's been unreported because it's New York. You know, they want to keep the tourist money going. You know, you had a tourist shot, migrants stomping out police. Just a lot going on out here. You know, our community, you know, we always get passed over. And it's just sad, man. I feel like, you know, if we don't change the way we think individually, nothing really is gonna change. So yeah, we have some people that, you know, they can enlighten us on history and things like that. And they're enlightening us on who we are. And they're enlightening us on a lot of good things, which is great. But if we don't change the way we think, all that's for nothing. We're not the first or going to be the last generation. And we're not going to be the first or last people that try to educate their people. Because remember, they did have Malcolm X and all those dudes. Whether you feel like they were leading their people astray or not, we had voices. We're always going to have little voices. But we need to change the way we think. And we have to emphasize that more. And, you know, me was working on this book years ago that, me, the master procrastinator. This is why I said, let me start just making videos. And because I'll forget certain things and I'll put stuff off. And that's something I have to work on. But I was working on a book and, you know, talking about, you know, life and things like that. And, you know, one of the things I was saying was it's better for us to be taught, not just in school, but, you know, just teach our kids who we are and what we can accomplish. Because the history of the people of this land, all of that history is distorted and, you know, told by other people, majority of it. And it's all distorted. History of Spain, you know, the history of the South America, the Caribbeans, you know, this stuff is tainted and destroyed and not being taught correct. And you have to really dig deep and take your time and resources and years to really get to the bottom of what was done. So we're taught that, you know, all we had was revolutionary leaders like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Frederick Douglass, and everything that they did to make them heroes was just help black people, try to uplift black people, which is great, but that's all they're known for. And that's pretty much it after that. You know, we look at Muhammad Ali, and it's like, why we always have to go through all of trying to stand up for everybody and civil rights and those are just all our heroes. What about the inventors? What about the people that came up with concepts? What about our lawyers? We don't see enough of that. So that all we see now is entertainers. So we look at that as a way out. You know, our kids and our generations are gonna aspire to try to be what the generations or their parents or whatever, people they look up to were. So, you know, when we look at, you know, athletes and entertainers, musicians, things like that, rappers, this is all we trying to be. So majority of us look for that way out because we're so stuck in poverty. Everything was ripped away from us that we don't look up to each other. We barely, some of us never left the hood. We don't aspire. A lot of us don't aspire to try to be anything. We're content with just going out there trying to get a fast dollar, no matter how we do it. And I'm not saying all our people are like that, but there's a vast majority of our people that are like that. Until that changes and we change the way we think, we're not gonna get very far. One thing we have to understand is this country wasn't designed for us. You know, this country was designed for their own. They were writing their laws for themselves. All man created. They're talking about themselves. They weren't really including us. That's why things had to be rewritten and changed. That's why we had to fight for these rights and things like that, because there were rights for them and then there were rights for others, and the others didn't really count. We are the others. Whether you believe we are indigenous or brought here on boats, however you want to chalk it up, it wasn't designed for us, man. You know, so like, you think we have to fight to get a platform? We don't have platforms. So like, when you look at entertainers and comedians, you know, they're creating platforms. They're smart people. These people that run the world are smart, man, and they created a legacy that's lasted a long time. And like I said, it erased a lot of the history. It didn't destroy it completely, but it erased a lot of it, to the point where, you know, our people don't know who we are. We don't know. Some of us came from Africa. We don't know what to believe in the books. We don't know jack. You know what I'm saying? But we do. But there are things here that can show that there were civilizations here, like pyramids, you know, things that were built, monuments, things like that, which are all over the world, by the way. But you know, those things are really trying to be kept hidden. But we can't dwell on the past. We're here. We're here today. It's 2024. How do we get better? How do we dig ourselves out the hole without bringing ourselves back? You know, so I feel like when we only aspiring to be musicians, we are entertainment to people. To all other people, we entertainment. You know, basketball, rapping, we entertaining, and you know, we inspiring, and we're everything, but we're entertainment to people. And you know, it's not to say that we don't have the opportunities. We do, but we don't control the platforms. So when you're not controlling your own platforms, and we're relying on people to give us breaks and get like waiting on respirations, that's what are we waiting for? That's a waste of time. What are we waiting on reparations for? Like, obviously it's not going to get given to us, man. So we have to go out and start creating. Everything starts with a thought in this that was created on this planet. So, you know, when man was here, however we got to where we got came from thoughts of human beings. Then it was manifested through either the tongue, definitely manifested through action. That's how we have what we have today. We have TVs, we have beds, we have clothes on our back. Those came from thoughts. Somebody had to think about, damn, well, how am I gonna keep myself warm in the winter? So we had to build a house. How are we gonna sleep without being attacked by animals? You know, somebody had to build a house. Somebody had to learn how to do that. Somebody had to think about these these basic ideas and how to make it better. So we can do the same thing. If they can do it, we can do it. And we have done it. And we shouldn't be taught that anything otherwise. So, we need to teach our kids to aspire to be great, not just aspire to be rappers, basketball players. We need to teach our kids how to prepare for life and create generational wealth and create our own. And I think that when we can start doing that individually, do it for ourselves and lead by example and teach the kids how to do it. Teach kids, how to build, teach kids how to draw, teach kids how to use computers, because these are the things that is advancing technology. Teach our kids things like that so that we can get on the same playing field and start creating our own platforms. And then you don't have to have a guy wearing a dress to get a good movie role. We can create our own. Problem is, when people start talking like that, this is when they try to get rid of you, because they want to control everything. So it's about control, and they know that, the people that they allow to come up and get some status, because, they didn't do this by themselves. Our people helped them just as much as they helped themselves. They didn't get off no boat and just point guns at people to take the land. I don't believe that. Just like I don't believe they just navigated over here on their own. I think things were going on well before 1492. And because history's been eradicated from so many different places, it's hard for everybody to get to the bottom of things. What happened in Spain from 700 to 1492? I believe they came over here, with the good book and befriended the people and learned from the people through people that were already coming here. And that's just my personal belief. And I think that over time, once they got more established here and they were allowed to, live amongst people and start their own communities and things like that, that's where, the divide starts happening, and people start to see, well, damn, they coming here, they doing this and doing that. And I think that they use some of our people to turn us against each other, and then they would help these people fight their own people. And the next thing you know, these treaties are being made, and the next thing you know, agreements are being made, and then agreements are broken, and then next thing you know, we're being pushed further and further out of our own land. And they're writing their own laws and things like that, because you got to think how they communicate when they got here to the people. What was the line of communication? They didn't bring all these people on these big ass boats. Where are these boats? Things like that. So, but not to get stuck on history, I just think that that's how they established themselves here, through trade, through agreements, broken promises, people going to, same playbook today, man, where they give the people that help them wealth, riches, things like that. As long as you're helping them, you good. So when you see, they've created their own platforms, and they have the platforms that we need to come up. They got us by the balls. So now we need them to elevate. And then we're not being taught about the people that, did great things throughout our history. We're not being taught about the civilization. Everything that we get taught is always about some type of destruction, some type of oppression. So it's like it's embedded in our heads. We ain't shit, and we ain't gonna be shit if we not on their level. And I think that we need to change that thought process. We can be lawyers. They know that. They'll let us be lawyers, and it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, the opportunities are there. You can be a lawyer. You can be an accountant, and I want to get into that accountant thing. I don't think that we need accountants. I think that that is something that they know that we fancy off of. Like, we are type of people that are proud. Like, we want to show people we got money. I got an accountant. Like, it's just like a woman that they just want the marriage and they want the wedding, but they're not really ready for marriage. They're not really, the marriage is not as important as the wedding. And it's like, what do you need an accountant for? You know what I'm saying? You should know how to budget your money. Oh, this is how they dumb you down. It's too much money for you to count and handle, you know. Nah, fam, I know how to handle, people should know how to handle their money. Dumb it down, simplify your life. You know what I'm saying? Because all these people are doing is controlling your money, and the next thing you know, you broke in 5 years. Let's look at how many people use these accountants and are broke 5 years later, 10 years later. These people, if you ever watch American Greed, how these people be stealing people's money, putting your money in different accounts and different investments that only prosper in them. Next thing you know, they walking away, you know, you worth 100 million, they got 10, 15 of it. But you don't notice it because you're not paying attention to your own money. You know what I'm saying? Take your money. I can't tell people to do with their money. This is just a suggestion. Like I said, all this stuff I'm saying is my opinions. I'm not a historian, I'm not a lawyer, not nothing. I'm just a regular man, just a fan. But take your money, buy you some land, build you a house, and invest your money into, you know, things that are gonna make your money grow. If you got money like that. For us, like me, that live check to check or struggling, striving out here, you know, trying to make it, and, you know what I'm saying, take care of their families, we should know how to budget your money. You shouldn't be out here popped making bad, because that basically comes down to choices and decision making. That's all it is, man. Educating yourself. This is why I said we need to educate ourselves. Stop giving these people the power over us, man. And you know, we gotta change the way we think, man. Like, teach ourselves, man, that we are on the same playing field with every other human being, man. This ain't a black and white thing. This is a humanity thing here. You know, you got, you know what I'm saying, like, you got all these shootings and stuff going on out here, and I just wish, like, a lot of our neighborhoods and these little gangs and stuff, instead of running around trying to be tough and trying to shoot and show everybody I'm a gangster, I'm this, we should be taking those guns, putting them down, or protecting our neighborhoods and influencing kids to go do right. We ain't doing right, beat them up. I think that if that happened, we'll see a lot more change. We won't need police walking around out here all damn day. We can police ourselves if our mindset change. Instead of going around worrying about who's wearing blue, red, and whatever color, what block you represent. No. Look, somebody come from your neighborhood to our neighborhood and they violate, all right, yo, fam, handle that. Or we gonna handle that. Or bring him to us or whatever. And it should be worked easier like that. We should be influencing the kids outside instead of going out here to do dumb stuff. Go to school, make sure they go to school. You know, work on educating yourself, develop skill sets. These are things we should be enforcing as leaders. Go get you a skill set. Go get your education or whatever. Create some jobs in the hood. Take the money you guys have and create. Help, you know what I'm saying? This is the only way it's gonna get done. If we relying on programs and this and that and charity, they're not giving us shit. We need to go out here and make things happen for ourselves, man. You know, I know I'm an audience to myself. I don't really have much following at all. You know what I mean? But, you know, I have to, you know, express my thoughts, man. You know, like I said, man, those gatekeepers and those people that they, some of them are, some people earn their wealth, and there's people that are put in positions, man, and they're giving all these opportunities and things like that because they know that they can be gatekeepers. People will look up to them, and when they look up to them, they have influence, but there's levels to it. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at prime example, how they turn you against each other. They take away opportunities from other people. They make opportunities hard for other people, like, actors. But let's just use the Shannon Sharpe, right? He has a platform. He creates a platform. They're gonna try to destroy it. Why? Because he's giving people a voice. So when you look at it, they use their own people to go against you. Shannon ain't do nothing to nobody. He's just giving over. But you provided the platform. You letting say show is his platform. If you don't like what they say, you should have. Everybody has a platform, and the problem is they don't want everybody to have a voice. But because of the internet and because of Twitter and YouTube, everybody has a voice now. So you can't stop people from talking. So you have a voice. Speak your side of the story. But they're attacking this man because he's providing a platform. And I get they think that he's trying to create drama and things like that. I don't believe he's trying to create drama. I just think that he's providing platforms and he's trying to, build his brand. But at least he has a platform that people are viewing. So they coming for him, and they use guys to throw indirect shots. And so when you look at it from you had Cat Williams come up there. It says his piece, he exposes a lot of people, big names, right? But their names are not big enough, whereas the masses are gonna come after them. But he spit a lot of names, came at a lot of people. A lot of them fired back, whatever. It was a big thing. Got my man Shannon he was already on the map, but got Shannon now up here, where he's hot right now, right? Then he comes with Monique. She gets on there, but now, not only is she dropping names, she's dropping huge names. Names that are people that are billionaires, things like that, and they got money, and they're not gonna sit there and go back and forth for her. Because all they see is, she's making this video and it looks bad to our contemporaries, but they're not gonna sit there and go back and forth with her. Goon Squad gonna do that. So then they send guys that will get on their platforms to throw indirect shots at Mr. Shannon Sharpe and throw the shots at Monique, and they're being used because some of them brag and boast about how famous they are, and they got some connections. So you got some connections, you want to keep these connections, you're gonna have to shut this down. And they're sent on these missions. So our own people will use our own people against us, just like they use our own people against us as well. So we can't get caught up with just. That's why it's important to not just look to people like celebrities and things like that as role models. Your role model should be your parents, people around you that are doing well in life. The everyday person should be your role model. But when the everyday person is out here robbing and stealing, everyday person is out here just doing whatever, and we all live in the hood, there's no aspirations to grow. So that's my point. I just want to see us grow as people and not keep going backwards or relying on people to do things for us. Let's create our own. You know what I'm saying? So with that, I'm out of here. Manyface Publishing. If you agree with what I said, if you don't, like, share, and subscribe, comment. These are just my opinions and thoughts. I ain't no professor, none of that stuff. I'm just giving my opinion and thoughts. That's all. Peace.